Camden Traficante, the runner on first base, had a leadoff single to left field as Jared Miller shoots one down the line. That's a fair ball into the left field corner. Camden Traficante is going to take the turn and go to third. Miller's going to go to second. And in there safely with a double is Jared Miller. The Pittsburghers getting things started here early. First pitch swinging, Jared Miller shoots one down the third baseline, a fair ball inside of the bag. And runners at third and second, nobody out. 2 pitches into the ball game. Jumping all over the starter, Dylan Freeman from the University of Montevallo. And batting is Jake Smallwood, his teammate in college. These two playing for Montevallo. Smallwood, a sophomore, against Freeman, the junior. A little teammate matchup here. For those just tuning in, started the stream a little late. Didn't realize the stream wasn't started until the first base hit had already happened. But what happened was Camden Traficante singled on the first pitch of the game over the shortstop into left field. And on the very next pitch, Jared Miller doubled down the left field line. Here's Smallwood, 1-0 the count to the Traverse City catcher tonight. And he takes a ball outside, 2-0. Smallwood was the DH yesterday. He had 1 hit in 4 at-bats. He also added a walk, so he's 1 for 4 in the win yesterday. And he has a big spot here against his college teammate. It's a 2-0 count. He has 2 runners on base, nobody out in the first. Pitch from Freeman. And that one is going to find the outside corner. Jonathan Rector, the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. He was at first base yesterday. The umpires, the 3-man umpire crew, rotating clockwise around the bases. So John Paulin is at third, and Adam Morgan is at first. Here's a 2-1 pitch coming with 2 on. It's a fastball. Smallwood hits it to center. Devin Obie chasing it. He can't get there. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Miller around third. He's coming in. Smallwood, helmet flies off as he takes the big turn to third. Dives in with the head first slide. Safe. The ball gets away from the third baseman, but Smallwood will not try to risk it and go home. He will stay at third base with a 2 RBI triple, and the Pittsburghers are on top early here, 2-0. So it's Smallwood who wins the battle of college teammates. He ripped that one to center field, and it got past Devin Obie out there all the way to the wall, and he got in with a dive at third. Had an opportunity maybe to break for home as the throw got away, but a short fence over there kept it in play. 3 batters in, 3 hits, 2-0. Here's Colin Summerhill, the first baseman. Summerhill goes after the first pitch, waved on and missed. Looked like he was expecting the fastball. Got the breaking ball at 79 miles per hour. Before the game yesterday, Summerhill promised a 2-hit night. He delivered with a hit in the third and got that second hit in the 9th inning to cash in. Was 2 for 4. Those other 2 at-bats, a pair of strikeouts. He also got hit by a pitch, so he reached base 3 times. Summerhill with Smallwood at third. Nobody out here, 1-1 count. Pitch from Freeman, and Summerhill waves on and misses at another one. So down in the count, 1-2. Freeman still looking for his first out. Just 9 pitches into the game now. It was only 6 pitches into the game. He gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. Not a good start for the Kalamazoo starter. Pittsburghers jumping all over him early. Here's the 1-2, looking for his first out. He deals. And Summerhill well out in front of that one, swings and misses and goes down on strikes for the 3rd time in the series. So you can hear the banging through the headset. It's Education Day at the ballpark, so there's a large crowd of elementary school students here to watch Kalamazoo and Traverse City. After the Summerhill strikeout, Smallwood still at third base. Here comes Trey Truitt, the left-handed hitter, the right fielder from North Carolina State University. He had the day off yesterday, is back in the lineup looking to make an immediate impact with an RBI knock here. Traverse City got out to a quick lead yesterday as well with a run in the first. Overdoing it here with 2 already, looking for 3. The pitch. Truitt takes in the dirt, a good block by the catcher Ganon Andrews. Cole Russo was there yesterday. Gets some relief for the knees and goes over to first today. A 2-0 hitters count for Trey Truitt, trying to get a pitch to square up, hit somewhere hard, drive it, bring in the third run in the first. 2-0 count. Freeman fires. Truitt, a little late on it, down the third base side and foul. Trey Truitt has been through a lot in his 2 years in college. He went to East Carolina University and transferred after one semester to North Carolina State. He sat out his freshman season, took a red shirt, and then had surgery on his wrist before this past season. So he had to take another red shirt. He has been in college 2 years, has not touched the field to play ball yet. Well, he'll get his opportunity for the Wolfpack this upcoming next season, trying to pad the numbers to impress the coaches. It's a 3-1 count here. See if he gets something to drive. Checks the swing. It's inside, ball 4. Truitt down to first. So Freeman avoids facing a powerful hitter in Truitt, but now he has to face a very good contact hitter, Alec Atkinson. The center fielder had 3 hits in the win yesterday. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. After that, 3 consecutive at-bats with a single. An RBI single in the third, singled in the 5th, 1 more in the 8th. Didn't swing away in the 9th, was trying to put down a bunt to bring home a run and failed to do so. He put it right back to the pitcher. The run could not score. So runners on the corners, 1 out. Wouldn't be surprised if Truitt takes the move to second to try to maybe draw a throw and then bring Smallwood to the plate, or just try to get a straight steal. First pitch coming to Atkinson, and he swings that. It gets away from the catcher. Smallwood, though, will not try to take home, but Truitt will go down to second base on the pass ball. So now a double play will not get Kalamazoo out of the inning. They could have used a ground ball, turn 2, and got out of the jam, but with runners now in third and second, a ground ball won't turn 2. They can get the run at first, but then the run will score in the form of Jake Smallwood. Breaking ball finds the zone for a strike. So Atkinson with third and second, only 1 out. Great RBI shot here in his first at-bat. Pitch coming. Atkinson pops it up on the infield, not going to get the job done. It's the third baseman, Ethan Ruiz, coming all the way in, taking charge, and he will put that one away for out number 2. Seems like every time the Pittsburghers have a runner in scoring position, especially third base with less than 2 outs, they just can't seem to cash in on it. It happened against Battle Creek twice, the 9th and the 10th innings on Saturday. They had the bases loaded, with only 1 out. Both innings couldn't score a run. They had bases loaded, 1 out yesterday. They did score 1 run on a sac fly. But now here with 2 outs, Lucas White, the DH, is going to need a base hit to score 1. And he's swinging at the first pitch and fouling it off. Lucas White was 1 for 4 in the game yesterday. Flew out a couple times and grounded out. He singled in the 8th inning. He was one of the runners on with the bases loaded and 1 out. Stuck at second to end the inning. Takes one off the outside corner for a ball. A 1-1 count. Dylan Freeman, the pitcher, has had trouble before. He pitched 2 innings against Kenosha on opening day. Gave up 5 hits and a walk and allowed 2 runs to score. Struck out 4, though. Only 1 strikeout here in the first. 1-1 coming to White. And he fouls it off of his leg. Rolls into fair territory, but a foul ball. And will now have to protect the plate. Down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. White, a primary first baseman from Doane University in Nebraska. is set for the 1-2 pitch, looking for a big RBI hit to extend this early first inning lead. Freeman is trying to get out of a big jam here and only allow 2 runs. 1-2 to White, and he swings and misses at the off-speed pitch. He's got that one working, so he gets out of the inning, allows 2 base runners, allows 2 runs rather, but he strands 2 more base runners and limits the damage. Pittsburgh's out on top early by a score of 2-0 thanks to the 2 RBI triple from Jake Smallwood. A quick break and back for the bottom half of the first here on Pittsburgh's Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. Bottom of the first inning here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The Pittsburghers out to an early 2-0 lead thanks to 3 consecutive hits. Traficante singled, Miller doubled, and then Jake Smallwood brought them both home with a triple to the center field wall. Pittsburghers stranded a pair on base, but have that 2-0 lead as we're here in the bottom of the first. Ethan Ruiz, the third baseman, will lead things off for the Growlers. Anthony Ramirez making start number 2 on the season. He pitched 5 innings against Battle Creek in a loss. Did not get the loss. He did allow 8 hits and 2 walks. Gave up 5 runs, but only 2 of those were earned. A little defense mistakes costing him there. Did get 5 strikeouts as well, 1 per inning average. He has Ruiz down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ethan Ruiz, the third baseman from Lamar University, who hit .229 during the spring. Trying to start off the Growlers night here. Takes one outside for a ball. 2-2, the count has evened up. Two-two pitch coming from the right-hander from California State, Stanislaus. He deals and gets the high fastball strike. Swinging, Ruiz goes down for out number 1 to start the Growler first.
Now coming to plate the designated hitter from Oakland University, number 14, Ryan Dykstra.
Ryan Dykstra now, the designated hitter. He was a DH yesterday, was leading off the game. Gets bumped down to the 2-hole here in this one after going 0 for 5 in the loss. Dykstra from Grand Rapids Community College hit .422 in the spring with 7 long balls. A good bat. Trying to reach for the first time here in the series. against Ramirez, and he has a 2-0 count. Ramirez with a couple of balls to start. And now 3-0. He misses another one outside. Three balls, no strikes to the Kalamazoo DH. Ramirez finds the corner on 3-0, makes it 3 balls and a strike. Dykstra did have an RBI, though, in the game, but struck out twice. 3-1 in the zone. Dykstra fouls it straight back. It's going to go out of play into the seats. So 3-2. Ramirez has battled back from 3-0, a couple of strikes here, and now a full count. Could get strikeout number 2 to start his day. And the pitch is just off that outside corner. Dykstra will work the walk. Took a couple more pitches after getting to 3-0 and walks down to first. First base runner for the Growlers. Took 3 innings for the Growlers to get a base runner on yesterday. Got a walk in the 3rd. Their first hit didn't come to the 4th. Devin Obie, the hitter, takes a breaking ball. Looked like a slider for strike number 1. Obie was 0 for 4 yesterday with a pair of strikeouts. Both came against Aren Gustafson, the lefty. Takes a fastball outside. One and one with Dykstra leaning off of first. Ramirez fires. Obie takes, ball outside. Smallwood, the catcher. He caught both games in the Battle Creek series at Turtle Creek Stadium Friday and Saturday. Was a DH yesterday as Evan Orzek went back behind the plate. And giving Orzek the day off, Smallwood's back behind the dish. 2-1, Obie, huge hack with the hitter's count, and fouls it straight back, got just a piece of it. Two and two the count to the Duke center fielder. Ramirez kicks, deals. Obie popped up, shallow center field. Going back is Dane Smith, and he will make a running catch on it. Able to get there and put it away as Atkinson from center and Truitt from right were coming in, but no need as Smith, the second baseman, takes charge. Makes the catch for out number 2. Looked like that ball may have dropped down. Luke Storm, the hitter, also from Duke, just like Obie. He stands in the cleanup hitter, playing right field. Had 1 hit in 4 trips in the loss yesterday. One ball, no strikes to Storm. And Ramirez misses outside with a changeup. Storm, a powerful hitter, hit 10 home runs with the Blue Devils in the spring. 2-0 pitch. Storm does not get a strike. Back pick, and it's a close play at first, but back in with a dive safely is Ruiz. See if Storm gets a green light here if he gets a pitch to hit. Ramirez will just miss the outside corner. Storm will go down to first. A tight zone here early on by Jonathan Rector, home plate umpire. 2 walks in the inning for Anthony Ramirez. Puts runners on first and second. 2 away here for Cole Russo.
From the University of Central Florida, number 9, Cole Russo.
Russo playing first in this one, was the catcher yesterday. He was 0 for 4 with a run scored. The only time he reached base was on an error in the 9th inning and scored one of Kalamazoo's 2 runs. Ramirez spikes one in the dirt, but Smallwood a good block to keep the runners at bay at first and second. One ball, no strikes. The pitch to Russo. Ramirez fires. Russo pops it up left side. Looks like it will get out of play. And it will dunk in foul. Holtink in left was on the move, but it got over the wall out of play. The count has evened at a ball and a strike. Ramirez trying to get out of the jam he put himself in with a couple walks. Preserved the 2-run lead after 1. And misses outside. A lot of pitches outside, trying not to leave anything over the plate.
Let's go, Growlers.
Russo, the first baseman from UCF, University of Central Florida.
Let's go, Growlers.
Trying to come through for his team here. 2-1, got a hitter's count. Ramirez deals on 2-1. Big swing and a high fastball. Empty on it. And the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ramirez got a swinging strikeout to start the game against Ethan Ruiz. Looking for a strikeout to end the inning. 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 men aboard. Deuce is wild. Pitch from Anthony Ramirez is hit to left field. That ball is pretty deep. Back out there, and that is going to get out of here to the short porch out in left field. A routine fly ball anywhere else in the Northwoods League, but here at Kalamazoo, it's 291 to the short porch, and Russo finds it for a 3-run home run. First home run allowed by Pittsburgh pitching this season. Well, Anthony Ramirez got himself into that trouble with 2 walks, and that allowed the home run by Russo, allowed him to step up to the plate.
All right. Back in business. Now batting the second baseman, number 6.
And the Growlers jump on top. Their first lead of the series. They're up 3-2. After the home run, Brandon Moore will bat, the second baseman. Moore was 1 for 2 with a base hit. A couple doubles. Or a couple walks yesterday, my apologies. That one's hit deep as well. Holtink, the left fielder, back. That one he has room to make, and the catch will be made. But the Growlers jump on the board. A 3-run home run by Cole Russo. Growlers take the lead through 1 inning on to second here on Pittsburgh's Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. Kalamazoo and Traverse City, the Growlers taking the 3-2 lead as the Pittsburghers sent 7 batters to the plate in the first. The Growlers sent 6, but they capitalized on a pair of walks from Anthony Ramirez, got a 3-run home run with 2 outs from Cole Russo to take the lead. Traverse City had runners on third and second, only 1 out, and weren't able to get another run. That's looking large right now, as now they trail by 1. Had they only gotten one of those in, it would at least be a tied game. But a lot of ball left to be played as Cody Holtink, the left fielder, stands in. Holtink, the left fielder, was making a break on that home run ball and wasn't able to get it as it poked over the 291-foot fence out there in left field. Looking to start off the second and get on base. Pittsburghers got the first 3 batters aboard to start the first. Huge swing and a miss. Out in front of the breaking ball, 78 miles per hour. Pittsburghers not timing that pitch up quite yet. They're sitting fastball and are way ahead of the breaking stuff. One ball and a strike to Holtink. That ball just off the inside corner. Gets a hitter's count at 2 balls and a strike. Jonathan Rector, home plate umpire, giving nothing off the edges here. A tight zone early through the first inning and a couple pitches into the second. Making pitchers work for it. Seems like a hitter's friendly umpire. As Holtink takes low on 2-1 to make the count 3-1. Getting himself a good count to hit in here. Holtink had probably his best offensive night for the Pittsburghers yesterday. A walk, a single, and an RBI sacrifice fly. Bat shatters on this one, but it's going to dunk into right field for a lead-off single. Despite the broken bat, Holtink is able to muscle one out over the second baseman in front of the right fielder for a lead-off hit. Kind of got jammed on that one, but he was able to muscle it into right field, a base hit, and that's back-to-back innings. The Pittsburghers have started off the offensive top of the first with a base knock. Let's see if, like in the first, they can make something happen out of it and move that runner around. Holtink here early in the game is the tying run. Down 1, 3-2. Here's Dane Smith, the second baseman. He had the day off yesterday. Is back in today. A couple early games in the series against Kalamazoo. 1:35 start yesterday, 10:05 today. And the boys will be happy to get home early and then enjoy the off day. So tonight might get back around, depending on when this one ends. Say it's a 3-hour game. Leave it about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Get home before dinner time. Enjoy the rest of the night off, and then have the off day tomorrow before they get back at it on Wednesday for a 6-game homestand. Smits has been struggling lately. He struck out 3 times the last time he started against Battle Creek on Friday night. And then in the loss on Saturday, he hit in the bottom of the 10th with the bases loaded, 2 outs, after he pinch ran for Lucas White in the 9th, and he struck out to end the game. So his last 4 at-bats have all resulted in strikeouts. He's looking to break out of that little funk right here. Another pickoff. Holtink is getting worked over there at first base by the starter, Dylan Freeman. That's 3 consecutive pickoffs. Only 1 pitch has been thrown so far to Dane Smith. Now a pitch fired, and it's right in the zone for a strike. 1-1. Freeman paying real close attention to the freshman over there at first. An inexperienced ball player, at least at the college level, didn't get to play his freshman year at Michigan. Another pickoff, and Holtink is back in safely. Well, enough of those pickoffs go over there. One of them is bound to sail wide and allow Holtink to advance. So if he keeps staying close enough to the bag to get in safely. 1-1. Smith's big swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup, dropped below the bat, and he's down 1-2. Smith's a sophomore from Aquinas College. Followed his hitting coach Casey Wyla here. Wyla, the hitting coach for the Pittsbitters. Smith's followed as he takes strike 3 on the inside corner called, and Smiths will continue his struggles, goes down looking at strike 3. 5 straight strikeouts in his last 5 at-bats going back to Friday night. First out of the inning, 3rd strikeout for Freeman. That brings in top of the order Camden Traficante, the hitter. He only saw 1 pitch in the first inning. First pitch of the game, he lined into left field for a leadoff single. Came around to score on the Jake Smallwood RBI triple. Another pickoff, and Holtink diving again. I'm sure the laundry people are going to love when they find Holtink's uniform in the laundry. And again, Traff swinging at the first pitch, and he chased a changeup low in the dirt. Goes down for the first pitch strike, 0-1. Like the Pittsbitters' approach, being aggressive, trying to find that first pitch strike in the zone. And now Freeman's using that to his advantage, throwing off-speed and breaking balls on the first pitch to try and keep them off balance, and it did so on the first pitch to Traff, swinging over top a changeup. Got an 0-1 count with Holtink over at first after the leadoff broken bat single. And that breaking ball comes right over the plate, but Traff takes it for strike 2. Down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. A changeup and a slider here to open up the at-bat. Traficante now got to be ready to protect the plate. 0-2 coming from Freeman. He deals, and a high fastball. Traff able to lay off, keep the bat on the shoulder, and the 1-2 now the count. See if Freeman opts for another breaking ball or an off-speed pitch instead of going back to the fastball. He deals. He does go to the breaking stuff. It goes in the dirt. Good take by Traficante. Evens up the count at 2-2. Be a good spot to throw the changeup and try to get Traff out in front of it. Is that the strategy here? 2-2. Runner on first, 1 away. Deals. And a breaking ball inside. A good take by Traficante to lay off. It started in the zone and worked inside, in on the hands. And Traff was able to hold up and avoid swinging. So the count full now, 3-2 after going down 0-2. He's taking some good pitches and battled back to the full count. Runner on first, 1 away. Top of the order, payoff pitch to Traff is outside, and Traficante able to work a 1-out walk. Good at bat put together there, even though he didn't have to swing after 0-2 and fight off a tough pitch. The discipline at the plate to lay off 3 consecutive pitches that were close, a high fastball, which is very enticing to hitters, and then a breaking ball in the dirt, and then 1 inside. Able to lay off 4 straight pitches and work the walk. Brings in Jared Miller, the third baseman. He doubled down the line on the first pitch he saw in the first. He's got the tying run at second. Potential go-ahead run at first with 1 away here in the inning. Third baseman, the senior from Oakland, who continues his hot start to the Northwoods League season. He's got a hit in every game he's played so far. Takes a first pitch, breaking ball outside. Miller was down in the 5-hole yesterday, has earned his right to move up in the lineup after a roaring start. Got a hit in his first game against Battle Creek on Friday, 3 hits on Saturday, 1 more hit yesterday. Entered the game with a .417 average, on base of 500. Got a good pitch to hit there, a slider on the inside corner, but he takes for strike 1, 1-1. Freeman in the first was using a lot of fastballs, and it's what Traficante jumped on. Miller jumped on it, and so did Smallwood. And that's how they got their 2 runs. In the second, it's a lot of off-speed and breaking stuff, trying to avoid the heater. There was another one there as Miller checks the swing. The appeal down to Adam Morgan. He says no go. It's ball 2, and it's a 2-1 count. So 3 consecutive sliders thrown by Dylan Freeman. Miller in this at-bat has not seen the fastball. He got it in the first, drove it inside the third base bag, down the line for a double. But 2-1's a fastball count. He might get one, or Freeman might try to keep him off balanced and throw a 4th consecutive slider. Senior's ready for it. Here's the 2-1 runner, takes off from second. Throw down is not in time. It's a stolen bag for Cody Holtink. And no, Holtink is actually going to go back to second base. I guess before the pitch was thrown, time was called by the home plate umpire. So Holtink, actually it was a foul ball, so says home plate umpire Jonathan Rector. So 2-2, pitch to Miller, and he fouls it off. Two balls and 2 strikes. Miller got to protect the plate here with 2 on. The pitch. And he swings and misses at 1 outside, a breaking ball again. Freeman has that pitch working here in the second inning, gets another out on it. And again, we'll have to face his college teammate, Jake Smallwood, here with runners on base.
Now at the plate from the University of Montevallo, the catcher number 14, Jake Smallwood.
I have no idea why Holtink had to go back to second, watch the replay. Miller didn't even swing. It was well off his bat. Didn't hit him anywhere. For some reason, time was called, but the pitch was allowed. It was called a strike. So Holtink is at second. Traff is at first with 2 outs here in the inning. Two outs, 2 on for Smallwood. First pitch to him. And a swing and a miss. Another off-speed pitch to start a batter. Freeman not messing with the fastball anymore. He got touched up on it in the first inning. Has resorted to second shit in the inning. Play made by Moore, and that will do it in the second. The Pittsburghers get a couple runners on base, but they can't cash in. They still trail by 1, heading to the bottom of the second inning here on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Pittsburgh's Baseball on Pittsburgh's Radio. Bottom of the second inning, the Traverse City Pittsburghs trailing the Kalamazoo Growlers by a score of 3-2. And back-to-back innings, they've left a pair on base. They left 2 on in the first, 2 on in the second. So already early on, they are leaving opportunities and runs on the board. Kalamazoo, on the other hand, same as they got 2 runners on in the first with 2 outs. And Cole Russo shot a 3-run homer over the short porch in left field to give them their 3-2 lead. 2-out hitting for Traverse City this season has been very poor. 0-2, swung on and missed. That is a terrible swing by Carter Smith, the left fielder. That pitch was nowhere near the zone. Goes down on strikes for out number 1. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out. Here's Ganon Andrews, the catcher. Andrews is from Portage. He plays at Purdue Northwest, a sophomore. Andrews on the season hitting .313. He had the day off yesterday and the day before. He sat out the final game of the Rockford series and yesterday. He had the walk-off single in the 9th inning in his last game played on June 3rd, Friday night. Was the 4th run to come across, part of a 4-run 9th inning as Kalamazoo roared back. The first of 2 straight walk-offs as Ramirez floats in a slider. Strike 2, 1-2 the count to Andrews. Has hits in 3 of his 5 games. 2 of those are multi-hit games. 1-2 from Ramirez. Slider swung on and missed. Back-to-back punch-outs to kick off the second inning. And of the 3 new players in the lineup as of today, the top 6 in the Kalamazoo lineup were in the lineup yesterday, but the bottom 3 of Smith, Andrews, and Schumann were not in the lineup yesterday, and right now they are going down in order. A couple strikeouts. So Ramirez getting the strikeouts on 2 of the 3 additions today. Connor Schumann, the shortstop, batting here from Grand Valley State. Teammates with last year Pittsburgher Christian Faust, a fan favorite, who was on the team all 3 years, 19, 20, and 21, won himself a couple Northwoods League titles. The sophomore from Grand Valley State is behind in the count, 0-2. Ramirez trying to strike out the side. That ball ripped up the middle, past a diving Traficante into center field. It is a 2-out base hit for Connor Schumann. That's just the 4th hit on the season in 19 at-bats for Schumann. He's going to get that average up a little bit, still a tick below 200. But a base knock with 2 outs brings in the top of the order. Ethan Ruiz, the third baseman, back up to the plate. Was the first strikeout victim to Ramirez. Got a runner on first here in the second inning. First pitch takes outside, ball 1 on a slider. Ruiz did have 1 hit yesterday. There was few hits going around for Kalamazoo, but he got 1 of them. Might have 1 here on the right side, past a diving second baseman, Dane Smith. A very soft hit ball, but put it in the perfect spot. It got past the first baseman, Summerhill, got past the second baseman, Smith, into right field. It's a couple 2-out singles here to continue the inning for Kalamazoo. And it brings in Ryan Dykstra. Dykstra's average has dropped ever so slightly after going 0 for 5 yesterday, but still at .375 on the early season. And a hit here will increase the Kalamazoo lead. First pitch looked like a changeup, in for strike 1 for Anthony Ramirez. Dykstra walked with 1 out in the first inning, came around to score on that 3-run homer. Entered the game with a .375 average and a .571 on base. On base percentage has gone up a little bit after the first inning walk. Chopper, right side should end the inning. Summerhill will flip to Ramirez covering and in time for the out. So the Growlers make a little bit of noise in the second. They get a couple of 2-out base hits, but nothing doing as Ramirez works out of the jam, sends this game to the third. 3-2 lead for the Growlers here on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Pit Spitters Radio. Top of the third inning. Pit Spitters trail 2-3 to the Growlers. Each team put up their run total in the first, and both pitchers responded. Allowed 2 base runners in the second, but no runs to score. So a couple runners left on base for both pitchers in the second. We go to the third. Middle of the lineup due for the Traverse City Pit Spitters. Colin Summerhill, the first baseman, the first to bat against Freeman in the third inning. Takes ball 1. Summerhill struck out swinging on a slider outside of the zone in his first at-bat. Tried to check the swing, and he went around, so that's a strike 1. Pit Spitters had a runner on third, Jake Smallwood, in the first with no outs, but after the strikeout to Summerhill and then an infield pop-up, another strikeout, they left him stranded, leaving runs on the board early. 1-1 to Summerhill. Swings and misses at looks like a changeup. Another off-speed pitch. Freeman just not throwing the fastball after getting touched up in the first for 3 consecutive hits. 2 of those going for extra bases. As a 1-2 to Summerhill. Breaking ball. That ball is crushed to left. No doubt about it. Well over the short porch in left field. And Colin Summerhill just torched his first long ball of the season to tie the game up at 3. Oh my goodness, that ball was crushed off the bat. Summerhill no doubt was sitting on a breaking ball, and he got it and absolutely blew that ball up to left field. His first on the season, his first in a Pit Spitters uniform. He ties the game up at 3 in the third. Wow, did he crush that ball. Summerhill told me yesterday on his strikeout in the first inning that he was sitting breaking ball in the count and got a fastball and struck out looking. Today, it looked like he was sitting breaking ball again, and boy, did he ever get one and crush it. That's what happens when you get a pitch you're looking for. You send that one a long way. So we're tied at 3 now. Trey True with the batter, the right fielder. He walked in the first inning. He takes one outside. It's a 2-1 count to Truitt. Each team with a home run now early on in the ball game. Truitt, big swing at 2-1. Goes to 2-2 the count. Count even up at 2-2. No outs in the inning for Truitt. Chopper up the middle. Shortstop. Schumann makes the play. Throw in time for out number 1.
Now coming to play for center fielder number 11, Alec Atkinson.
One away brings in Alec Atkinson, the center fielder. Only 2 players in the lineup that have played every single day. It's Traficante at the top of the order, and then Alec Atkinson in center field. No days off for those 2. And they've been 2 of the best hitters, especially Atkinson. 3 hits twice in the season. One of those games came last night as he hits one pretty deep to left field, but the left fielder, Smith, will make a running grab on one in the gap and put it away for the second out.
Now to plate the designated hitter number 23.
So after the leadoff home run by Colin Summerhill, Dylan Freeman has gotten Truitt to ground out and Atkinson to fly out. There's 2 away in the inning here. Looks to limit the damage to just that 1 run. One and one. And gets that breaking ball in the outside corner to Lucas White, the DH. He struck out in the first. In the first inning that ended the first inning. And a 1-2 in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Andrews. Two with 2 outs. Count even up. The pitch to White, and he fouls one off the left side. It's going to go out of play. Two again to Lucas White. The pitch from Freeman. He chops it off the right side. A foul ball, and will stay alive, continuing the at-bat. Another 2-2 pitch coming here from Dylan Freeman. White to second should end the inning. Play made and thrown in time to first base. So Colin Summerhill leads off the inning with a huge fly to left field. His first on the season, ties it up at 3. And to the bottom half of the third now we go. Ramirez back on the hill looking to keep the tie ball game on Pitts Bitter Radio. back here at Homer Stryker Field. Bottom of the third inning, we're tied up at 3 after Colin Summerhill tied it in the top half, a solo home run to left. Ramirez back on the hill, now working in a tied ball game, and he will try to keep the game knotted up at 3, get his team back up to the plate, and give them that opportunity to keep the game tied, and maybe his team can get him a lead again. Facing Devin Obie, the center fielder from Duke. He got him to pop up to the second baseman in his first at-bat. Trying to find that inside corner. Ramirez thought he had it, was starting to walk off the mound and allow his catcher to throw it around the horn, but did not get the call. So the count goes full to Obie to start off the inning. 3-2, Obie is able to foul it off. Three and 2 again to lead off the inning. Ramirez ready, deals to Obie, breaking ball, and he misses inside. Obie down to first base. So Obie will lead off the inning with a walk. Brings in Luke Storm, who walked himself in the first inning. Luke Storm, the switch hitter, hitting left-handed against Ramirez. First pitch is up and in for ball 1. Runner takes off. Pitch is inside. Throw goes into center field. Obie is going to make his way to third. Obie steals second, and the throw by Smallwood sails into center. So now the go-ahead run for Kalamazoo is at third with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning.
Let's go, Growlers!
One pitch to Storm, up the middle, through the glove of Ramirez, but Traficante backing it up will make the play. But Storm will give his team the lead right back with an RBI ground out to Traficante, 1 away in the inning.
Now at the plate, the first baseman, number 9, Russo.
So 1 away and 1 run in already. In comes Cole Russo, the first baseman that homered to left field. 3-run shot. Fouls one off. Ramirez allowed 3 in the first on the home run. Only the home run was the hit. Allowed 2 walks. Then he gave up two out base hits in the second inning. Oh, that one's hit deep to right field. He might have his second of the game and gone out of here. Second of the ball game for Cole Russo over the right field wall. And Kalamazoo back to back at bats. Russo's gone deep, and they lead this game 5-3. Well, Russo's got Anthony Ramirez's number here in this one. 2 at-bats, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs.
Now to plate the second base, number 16, Brandon Moore.
So 5-3, 2-run lead now for Kalamazoo. Pittsburghers had a 2-run lead after 1. The Growlers answered with 3 runs in the bottom half. Pittsburghers tied it in the top of the inning. And then an RBI ground out from Luke Storm and the solo home run from Cole Russo has Kalamazoo up 5-3. Brandon Moore now the batter, the second baseman. Foul ball off the screen on 1 and 2. He's protecting the plate. Pop up, shallow left field. Traffic going back to the outfield. He will make the catch over the shoulder for the second out.
Now come to plate the left fielder, number 5, Aren Gustafson.
So back and forth the inning goes with a runner aboard, and then an out, and then a hit, and the second out. 2 outs in the inning. No one on base for Carter Smith, the left fielder. Smith struck out swinging in his first trip to the plate last inning. And a swing and a miss here. Count to 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Ramirez fires inside, almost got Smith as he was showing bunt. Trying to bunt himself on base. And Ramirez missed off the inside part of the plate. Hitters count 2 balls and a strike to Smith. No bunt show there, but it's still taken for a ball. 3-1. Hitters count here with 2 outs in the third. And Ramirez will miss him up and away. Another walk issued by Anthony Ramirez. That's his 4th walk allowed so far through 2 2/3 innings.
Coming to plate the catcher, number 3, Ganon Andrews.
He's given up 4 walks and 3 hits so far. Trying to get out of the inning and limit the damage to just the 2 runs. First pitch to the catcher, Ganon Andrews, is on the outside corner for strike number 1. Ramirez getting touched up. Same thing happened in a game last year in Kalamazoo. He gave up a couple home runs. It seems like they have him figured out when he pitches here. That one, a little flare. Trafficante behind the infield dirt will make the catch and put it away, but 2 more runs come across for the Growlers. An RBI by Luke Storm, and then second home run of the game for Cole Russo, a solo shot to right field, and they are back on top by a score of 5-3. We'll take a quick break. Back for the 4th inning in a second here on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field here in the top of the fourth inning. A little back and forth game so far as Cody Holtink, the leadoff hitter, will take strike one. Pittsburghers got out to a quick lead, 2 runs in the first, but Kalamazoo answered right back, 3 of their own in the bottom half on a 3-run shot by Cole Russo. Pittsburghers tied it up in the top of the third, a solo horn by Colin Summerhill. But once again, answering the bell, Cole Russo homered again, his second of the ball game in 2 trips. A solo shot to right field. Second run of that inning as they take a 2-run lead, up 5-3. Holtink singled on a broken bat to right field in his first trip. In the second trip, he tried to check the swing and is unable to. He'll go down swinging out on strikes for the first out. Freeman trying to bounce back. He allowed 3 hits and a run in the first inning, but left 2 runners in scoring position. No runs in the second despite 2 hits. And then the solo shot in the third. Looking for his first clean inning here in this one. Dane Smith's the batter, struck out looking in the second. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in his last 5 at-bats. Trying to figure it out at the plate here. Actually go back far enough to the Rockford series, and Smith has struck out in his last 6 at-bats and 7 of his last 8 trips. Rips one hard at the second baseman on a 1-hop, though. Brandon Moore will field and throw him out. Smith's hit that one on the screws, but directly at Brandon Moore, and he will come up empty. Retreats to the dugout, and there's 2 away. Back to the top of the lineup. Here in the 4th inning, Camden Traficante, leadoff man, doing his job so far. Singled in the first, walked in the second, been on base both times. With 2 outs here, trying to get something started. First pitch from Freeman. Draft, first pitch swinging, could be in play, left side and foul grounds. And in the triangle of Ruiz, Schumann, and Smith, it falls in foul. So 0-1 to start. Traff being aggressive. All 3 of his at-bats, he has gone after the first pitch. Helped him out in the first inning. He singled on the first pitch of the game. Went down 0-2 in his last at-bat, but took 4 straight balls, a couple close pitches that he didn't chase, to walk. Up the middle. Second baseman will backhand it more. The throw to first is just in time to nail Traficante to end the inning. A nice backhanded play by Moore. And 1-2-3 go the Pittsburghers. The first 1-2-3 inning here so far. So we'll go to the bottom half of the 4th. Growlers on top 5-3 here on Pittsburghers Radio. Back to action in the bottom of the fourth inning. Growlers on top 5-3 over the Pitts Bitters. Anthony Ramirez on the mound for his fourth inning of work. Has allowed all 5 of those runs earned. 3 of those runners that have came around to score were on walks, the other 2 on home runs. So if Ramirez can figure out a way to limit the free passes, then it could cut down on the Growlers scoring. He has walked 4 batters in the game. 3 of those have come around to score. That one's hit to center field. Alec Atkinson will drift over to the right center field gap and make the catch for out number 1. Schumann, shortstop, flies out to lead off the inning. Back to the top of the order. It's the top 5 in the order that have been getting it done today. Wasn't the case yesterday. Gustafson through 3 trips through the lineup, 7 innings, only allowed 2 hits to the top 6 batters, and they're both by the same guy. One of them a bunt base hit, so only one real ball put in play. Had the top 6 in the order 0 for 17 with 6 strikeouts, minus Kirkpatrick, who had the 2 hits. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 in the lineup. He had 0 for 17 with 6 Ks. Different story today, though, is Ethan Ruiz is 1 for 2. Ryan Dykstra has walked and scored. Devin Obie's walked and scored. Luke Storm has walked and scored. And then Cole Russo has hit 2 home runs. Ramirez to the top of the order. Ethan Ruiz finds the corner. Count is 3-1. Ruiz to right. Truitt back. And just shy of the warning track will make the catch and put it away for the second out of the inning. Always got to be wary when the ball gets put in the air to left or right. They have short porches, shorter in left than right. It's 315. Well, 330 to the foul pole and right. Then it kind of juts in at 315. In the left field corner, it's 305 to the pole, and then 291 it juts in. So fly balls, you always got to be on the lookout. Looks routine, but might end up over the wall. That was Cole Russo's first home run. Looked routine, but dipped into the short porch. 1-0 to Ryan Dykstra. Trying to bunt his way on base. He's hitless in the series, 0 for 6. Has 1 walk, the only time he's been on base today. Walked and scored in the first after failing to reach base yesterday. So hitless in the series, trying to bunt his way on base. Doesn't show bunt on the 1-1, and he fouls it straight back to the screen. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. They have the lefty shift on Dykstra, so Jared Miller, the only Pitts bitter on the third base side. Traficante is playing up the middle, little to the first base side of second. 3 infielders on the right side of the infield playing the pole. 1 and 2 Ramirez deals. Dykstra takes just off the plate. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 strikeouts in the game for Ramirez. Looking for a 4th, 2-2 with 2 outs. His pitch to Dykstra, he deals. And Dykstra will stay alive on a foul ball into the crowd. So another 2-2 coming. Ramirez looking for his first 1-2-3 to match the 1-2-3 of Freeman. Hit to center should end the inning. Atkinson coming in on it will make the catch. So both pitchers, after giving up multiple earned runs to this point, in the 4th inning, they each throw a 1-2-3. Freeman 1-2-3 in the top half. Ramirez 1-2-3 in the bottom half. We go to the 5th inning, 5-3 lead for Kalamazoo on Pitts Bitters Radio. Top of the 5th inning back here on Pittsburgh's radio. Pittsburgh's trailing by 2 runs, 5-3, as Dylan Freeman gets back to work, coming off of a 1-2-3 inning. He's actually retired 6 in a row. Gave up the leadoff home run in the 3rd, then retired the next 3, and put down the side in order in the 4th. One to Jared Miller, and he fouls it off. Miller doubled down the line in his first at-bat and scored, and then he struck out in his most recent trip. Miller on 1-2, pitch from Freeman, is able to just get a piece of it and foul it back into the crowd. Miller continues the hot start to his season. He's got a hit in all 4 games he has played for the Pittsburghers. Got that average over 400 on the early campaign. A couple doubles to his name, too. 1-2. Outside, misses badly. So the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jared Miller doubled in the loss to Battle Creek on Saturday. Was 3 for 4 in that ball game. Looking for another multi-hit game here. The pitch. Miller ripped to the shortstop on the 1-hop off the glove of the shortstop. The throw well late, and Miller is safe at first. Miller aboard to start the 5th inning. In is Jake Smallwood. The rubber match between college teammates. Smallwood won the battle in the 1st inning with a 2 RBI triple. Freeman got him back in the 2nd with 2 on base. He got him to ground out to end the inning. Freeman versus Smallwood, part 3. First pitch is a ball outside off the corner. That 1st inning, it looked like Traverse City may have taken some advice from Smallwood, who had the scouting report on his college teammate, as they went ahead quickly with 3 straight hits. Smallwood checked the swing. It's a ball inside. 2-0. Tying run at the plate in Smallwood. He's got 1 home run on the season at Turtle Creek Stadium, and he fouls one off on a 2-0 hack. 2-1 now the count. A hitter's count still, though, for Jake Smallwood. Miller off of first with the leadoff base hit. 2-1 to Jake Smallwood. Freeman kicks, deals, and Smallwood hits that one back to the screen as well. So the count will even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Smallwood, the catcher, had his 2nd triple this season in the 1st. Has a 2-2 count coming. Got to watch that breaking ball from Freeman. He's been throwing it pretty nicely today. Smallwood got it, and he whiffed on it. Goes down on strikes. Another breaking ball for Freeman. You think at some point these hitters have to adjust and start sitting back on it. They're just waving out way in front of it, expecting a fastball. Not sitting back. One guy that did sit back on it, Colin Summerhill, drove a solo home run to left his last at-bat. He's up at the plate here, representing the tying run in the 5th. Now we'll see if Freeman gives him fastballs because he jumped on the breaking ball last at-bat. And there's an off-speed pitch, a changeup. Summerhill waves and misses. Well, Summerhill got that hanging slider his last at-bat and crushed it. So Freeman needs better location in this at-bat to avoid a big hit. Summerhill popped it up on the infield. Second baseman Moore out. Storm will come in just in front of Moore and make the catch.
Now coming to plate, the right fielder, number 8, Trey Truitt.
Summerhill a big hack and got under it, popped it up. So the leadoff base hit for Miller. He's sitting over at first base, but a strikeout and a fly out to shallow right field will leave him sitting at first, waiting for his team to do something. As Trey Truitt, the right fielder, steps in, he is 0 for 1. Walked in the first and grounded out in the third. First pitch, a swing and a miss. A delayed steal. Miller down to second, and he is in there safely. He caught the defense off guard. A designed steal, a delayed steal though, so he took his secondary lead and then took off. And that's a very useful trick because no one notices it right away. Usually when you steal, the defense sees it and they yell steal, but when you do a delayed steal like that, they're busy watching the hitter, and then the runner can take off on the delay. And that's what he did there. Got in ahead of the throw. So an RBI shot for Truitt with the runner on second base. A ball here, so it's 1-1. Truitt in kind of a funk himself. A guy that last year was a great hitter for Traverse City. Right now just hitting 174. He went 1 for 5 his last game played on Saturday against Battle Creek. 0 for 3 before that, and then 1 for 3, 0 for 4, 0 for 5. He's looking to snap out of this little funk of his as he waves and misses at a changeup. Freeman ahead in the count 1-2, trying to strand Miller at second base. Miller reached to lead off the inning and then stole second with 2 outs. That's where he's currently at. Truitt at the plate, 1-2. Pitch by Freeman. And once again, way out in front of the off-speed. These hitters simply not adjusting to Freeman's stuff. Everyone's sitting fastball, and they're getting burnt by it. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-3 still the lead for the Growlers here on Pittsburgh's Radio. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Homer Stryker Field, 5-3 ball game. Growlers still on top of the Pittsburghers. Devin Obie will lead off the inning. The center fielder's 0 for 1 today. He popped out in the first. He walked in the third and came around to score. after stealing second and advancing to third on an errant throw from Jake Smallwood. Looking for his first hit of the series. Was 0 for 4 yesterday. Reached base for the first time his last at bat on the walk. Swings way out in front of that pitch from Ramirez. 1-2, Anthony ahead in the count. So far in the ball game, Anthony's given up 5 runs on 4 walks, 5 hits. 2 of those solo, or 1 solo home run, a 3-run home run. Swing and a miss, Obi down on strikes. Third punch out in the series for Devin Obi. It's the 4th strikeout of the game for Anthony Ramirez, 1 away. Pitts bitters have left some on base. They left 2 stranded in the first and the second inning and left a runner in scoring position last inning as well. So of their 5 runners they've left aboard, 4 of them have been in scoring position. Just a slight inability early on this year to get the big hit with runners in scoring position. As Luke Storm takes a fastball high ball 1-1 count with 1 away. Storm walked in the first, grounded out in the third, but it brought home Obi for an RBI. Big swing and a miss at 1 up and away for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Storm, the right fielder from Duke. Ramirez set for 1-2. Deals, and Storm swings and misses, but it gets away from Smallwood back to the screen, and Storm is going to reach on the drop third strike. So a strikeout, drop third strike, puts Storm on first base. He swung through a slider in the dirt, couldn't be blocked by Smallwood. And that brings in Cole Russo, who is 2 for 2 with a pair of home runs. A 3-run shot opposite field to left in the first inning. A solo home run over the right field wall in the third. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs for Russo in the game. Ramirez got to pitch carefully around him here, already trailing by 2. First pitch in this at-bat to Russo, and he shows bunts and bunts it foul. Surprising play there, as Russo's hit 2 long balls, playing small ball there, trying to put a bunt down. He fouled it off, so now he's got to come back, do it again. Be surprised if he shows it again. Now the defense has seen it. Not a terrible idea, I guess. You catch the defense off guard. They're expecting you to swing away with 2 homers. Storm off of first. 0-1 from Ramirez. And Russo pops it up. Foul grounds and into the bleachers.
Here we go, Growlers. Here we go.
So an 0-2 count. Ramirez ahead of Russo.
Here we go, Growlers. Here we go.
Russo
Here we go.
in the entire spring season at University of Central Florida, he only hit 2 home runs. He has that total in his first 2 at-bats. Here in this one, an 0-2 coming to him. Ramirez deals, and Russo takes, I guess, a little high for ball 1.
Let's go, Growlers.
So 1-2 the count. Ramirez still well ahead. He doesn't have to give in and throw a strike. He can try to get him to chase. With Storm off of first, the pitch. And Russo swings and misses. So Ramirez bounces back against Cole Russo after giving up 2 home runs to him. He gets him to swing through a fastball for the second out of the inning, second strikeout of the inning, and he's 1 away from stranding Storm at first, sending this game to the 6th. Brandon Moore, the hitter, 0 for 2. He was 1 for 2 yesterday with a couple of walks, on base 3 times in the 4-2 loss. A fly out to left and a pop up to short, so he's been hitting it on the left side of the field as Ramirez drops in a slider inside corner for a strike. Brandon Moore, the third University of Montevallo player that we've seen today. The pitcher Freeman and the catcher Smallwood, the other two. 0-1. Tried to check his swing. May have went around, but it looked like it was a called strike 2 on the inside corner. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Moore, the second baseman, trying to extend the inning for the bottom of the order. Pick over, and Storm in a dive is back in safely. Oh and 2 with 2 outs to Brandon Moore. Ramirez gets set. Storm leading from first. And the pitch is chopped to short, should end the inning. Traff to first, and it's dug out of the dirt by Summerhill. He saves an error, and that will end the inning. So Storm reaches on a drop third strike, which gives Ramirez 3 strikeouts in the inning, and sends us to the 6th. We're through 5. Kalamazoo on top of Traverse City, 5-3. 4 innings left to play here on Pitt Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Kalamazoo. We are in the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher on for the Growlers. Dylan Freeman departs the game, going 5 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits and 2 walks. Did strike out 7. So some good things and some bad things from the start, but he departs with a 5-3 lead. Tyler Johnson, the new pitcher, is in to protect that lead as Atkinson pops up the first pitch. Little fly to shallow right field, and Storm is there for out number 1. Good start to Johnson's day. 1 pitch, 1 out. Johnson from Alma College. He, in this last season, had a 4.12 ERA, a 3-3 record in 12 games. He struck out 52 batters in those 59 innings and only walked 23, a good ratio. He enters this appearance coming off of a 5-inning start against Battle Creek on June 1st. He allowed 4 hits and 2 walks, struck out 6, gave up 2 runs, only 1 earned, so a 1.8 ERA in the early campaign. Facing Lucas White, the DH, he's thrown 3 straight balls to him. So Atkinson chased the first pitch and flew out. White ahead in the count 3-0. Takes that 3-0 right down the middle. Johnson just grooved in a fastball. The hitters count for White now at 3-1. Got a pitch to hit and take a huge hack at it and came up empty, trying to cut the lead to 1 with the swing there. And the count goes full. Full count, White from 3-0 to a 3-2 strikeout. 3 straight strikes thrown by Tyler Johnson. Nothing fancy there, just all fastballs, and White couldn't touch him. So he goes down swinging for out number 2. Cody Holtink now will stand in, the second baseman in yesterday's game, the left fielder in tonight's. Holtink 1 for 2, single and a strikeout. Takes a ball in the dirt, squirts to the legs of Ganon Andrews. 1-0. Holtink in the second, broke his bat on the swing and flared it into shallow right center field for a base knock. Struck out swinging against Dylan Freeman his last trip to the plate. Watches strike 1 right down the middle from Johnson here. 1-1 count. One just misses the plate. Johnson's fastball sitting at about 86, 87 right now. Nothing these hitters can't handle if they're ready at the plate. 2-1. Breaking ball comes in high. 15-mile-per-hour difference between the fastball and the curveball. That one at 72 miles per hour missed upstairs. So Holtink is ahead in the count, 3-1. Johnson's already battled back from behind in the count to strike out Lucas White, and now he runs the count full to another hitter, Holtink. 85 right down the middle. Holtink got to be ready to swing now. He took that pitch all the way. Full count pitch. And swing and a miss. So these hitters, after failing to adjust to the off-speed pitches from Dylan Freeman, they can't time up the fastball from Tyler Johnson. They go down in order with a pair of strikeouts. Bottom of the 6th we go here on Pit Spitters Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. It's a 5-3 Growler lead over the Pit Spitters. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pittsburgh's held scoreless their last 3 frames. New pitcher on for Traverse City, so a bullpen game here the rest of the way. Kyler Carpenter, the freshman from Tyler Junior College, is in to relieve Anthony Ramirez. Ramirez went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, added 4 walks, and gave up 5 runs, all earned. Did strike out 6. Carpenter relieves him with 2 appearances on the season, both an inning apiece. Has allowed 1 run unearned. He's faced 11 batters, has walked 3 of them, and struck out 4 of them. And on 2-0, he hits Carter Smith with a fastball. Another free base runner for the Growlers. They have more free base runners than hits. They only have 4 hits. They have been walked 4 times. Now they hit by pitch. If you add in the drop third strike as a free pass, then that's 6. Bottom of the order for the Growlers. They're trying to add on to their 2-run lead. Ganon Andrews up at the plate. He is 0 for 2, strikeout, and a pop-up on the infield. Carpenter misses outside. 5 straight balls to start his night. Pittsburgh pitching so far this season, minus a few guys, has been all over the place in terms of the strike zone. Very few pitchers have been able to limit walks. A lot of free passes early in the season. And in a 3-0 count, 6 consecutive balls thrown by Kyler Carpenter. Tucker Waddups, the pitching coach, is going to go talk to him. There is no more action in the Pittsburgh bullpen, though there are a few guys stretching down there and getting ready to warm up. And on cue, a righty starting to throw in the bullpen. Evan Orzak is catching in the bullpen, and he jogs down there to get a new pitcher warmed up. So Waddup's buying time on the mound to give that new arm a chance to throw some pitches and to calm down his right-hand reliever. Hasn't thrown a strike yet. Threw 2 balls in a row to start the inning to Carter Smith and then hit him with the 3rd, and has thrown 3 straight balls to Ganon Andrews. Bottom of the order, too. Not really the part of the lineup you want to be giving free passes to. Traditionally, they're the easier outs to get. But it's a 3-0 count to Ganon Andrews. Carpenter deals on 3-0 and misses well outside, nowhere close. So the mound visit did nothing as he throws a 4-pitch walk. 7 in a row to start the frame. The 7-hole hitter and the 8-hole hitter have not had to take the bat off their shoulders, and there's 2 on base. 9-hole hitter now, Connor Schumann. He's 1 for 2, a single and a flyout. See if Carpenter can find the zone to Kalamazoo shortstop.
Let's go, dude. Really?
First pitch of the at-bat, bunt shows, and it's nowhere near the zone. Ball 1. Eight straight balls to start the at-bat, or start the inning. And Smallwood, the catcher, will jog out to chat with his pitcher, who's in a funk right now. Hit the first batter on the 3rd pitch, and he walked Ganon Andrews on 4 pitches. He starts Schumann with a ball. 8 straight thrown. Wouldn't be surprised if Smallwood just jogged out there to buy some more time for his reliever in the pen to get a little more loose. Eight straight balls to start the inning. First and second, nobody out for the 9-hole hitter, Connor Schumann.
Let's go, Growlers.
1-0 pitch here from Kyler Carpenter. And outside another ball, 2-0. That one was a curveball as the 9-hitter Connor Schumann trying to bunt those runners over 90 feet, giving an out to Traverse City, and still no strike can be thrown. 2-0 is low, so it's 3-0. Still no strikes thrown in the inning. 10 straight balls to start. 3-0 to Connor Schumann. Is downstairs, ball 4. 11 balls in a row. Hit by pitch and 2 walks. Bases loaded. The 7, 8, 9 hitters didn't even have to bring a bat to the plate, and they would have the bases loaded. And Josh Reband's going to go get his pitcher and bring in a new arm. So Carpenter will depart the game in the bottom of the 6th, giving up 3 base runners, not throwing a single strike. We'll take a quick break and be back with the new arm in a minute on Pittsburgh's Radio. Welcome back here, bottom of the 6th inning. The bases are loaded. There are no outs. Kyler Carpenter came in and didn't throw a single strike. He hit Carter Smith on a 2-0 count. Then he walked Ganon Andrews and Connor Schumann, both on 4 pitches. The bottom of the order didn't have to swing the bat once, and they have them loaded. Now the top of the order gets to clean them up with no one out. First pitch from Kobe Griner to Ethan Ruiz at the top of the order, ball 1. Griner, he gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning opening day against Battle Creek. Was up 7-4, blew the save, but got the win as Traverse City won in extra innings. After that, he has calmed down nicely, pitched in both games of the Battle Creek series Friday and Saturday. 3 total innings, only allowed 2 base runners on a hit and a walk, struck out 3. So he has calmed himself down after that opening day appearance and is looking to get back to what he was last year, a very reliable piece out of the bullpen. He gets a couple swinging strikes from Ethan Ruiz here. He's got to clean up a huge mess coming in with the bases loaded, nobody out. But if he can get Ruiz on a strikeout, then all it would take is a double play to end the inning. The sidearmer from Carl Albert State College looking for a big first out. Ruiz pops it up, foul ground. It is going to fall in harmlessly out of play. So a 5-3 game Pittsburgh's led early, 2-0, but Kalamazoo struck for 3 in the first to answer with a 3-run shot. And after Traverse City tied it in the top of the third on a Colin Summerhill solo shot, Kalamazoo got 2 more in the bottom half to take the 5-3 lead. That's where we currently sit. No more runs up until now, but the base is juiced for the Growlers looking to pad their lead. 1-2 count to Ethan Ruiz here. Griner deals and misses up and away. Trying to throw that slider, which from his sidearm angle is a very different pitch than what players usually see from over the top, as it kind of just floats up there. Almost looks like it rises a little bit at first and then drops, but drifting horizontally the whole time. 2-2 now to Ruiz. And Griner spikes one in the dirt, gets away from Smallwood. A run's going to come in to score. A wild pitch brings in the run with 2 more looming out there. Growlers up 3. And now the infield will come in to try to get another runner. They were going to give up a run to turn 2, but now with the double play out of order, they're just going to try to get the out at home on a ground ball. Full count pitch to Ruiz is just barely fouled off to stay alive. Don't have the exact numbers in front of me for the Pittsburgh bullpen, but the numbers can't be good here early in the season. Full count, no one out, 3rd and 2nd. The pitch from Griner. And Ruiz rips it to left, down for a hit. 1 run will score. Holton gets it in quickly, so the second runner will hold up at 3rd. It's an RBI base hit for Ruiz. And the Growlers in business here, up by 4 now. Their largest lead of the game. Still no one out. Runners on the corners for Ryan Dykstra, the designated hitter. Dykstra hitless in the series, 0 for 7. Has reached base once in the 2 games on a walk in the first and came around to score. Won't be surprised if Ruiz steals second. No reason he shouldn't. Dykstra, the left-handed DH from Byron, Michigan. Looking to cash in another run here. And the pitch outside, 2-0. Pittsburghers trail by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Plenty of ball left, but Kalamazoo's trying to blow this one open. Pick over and in safely with a dive is Ruiz at first. Connor Schumann, the runner, at 3rd. He walked. Was the final batter that Kyler Carpenter faced before Griner came in to relieve him. 2-0 to Dykstra is low in the dirt, and it's 3-0. Another ball will walk. The bases loaded once again, and another arm is getting ready in the Traverse City bullpen. Big hitters coming up, too, for the Growlers. 3-0 from Griner. And it is inside on Dykstra. It's a 4-pitch walk. Bases reloaded with no outs. And Traverse City, who left a pair on base in the first and a pair on base in the second, leaving a lot of runs out there in the first couple innings, especially in the first when they had 3rd and 2nd with 1 out. They had a runner on 3rd with no outs. Couldn't bring him in. Kalamazoo, on the other hand, is making the most of their opportunities hitting with runners on base. They've already singled in this inning to score a run. The bases are loaded again for Devin Obie, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 in the game. And just like Dykstra before him, looking for his first hit of the series. Although he did walk in the third inning and scored a run. One to the Duke center fielder is chopped up the middle. Could be two. There's one at short, and the throw to first is in time. A nice pick by Colin Summerhill to turn the double play. So it gets 2 outs, but another run does come around to score. It's 8-3 Growlers. So a 4-6-3 double play. Smits to draft Summerhill. There are 2 outs in the inning, but a chance for another run at third base. Luke Storm, the batter, takes a first pitch, fastball on the outside corner, strike number 1. Pittsburghers will have to battle from behind if they want to get the win here in this one. Storm rips that one to right, and it's down in front of Truitt in right field for a 2-out base hit, and another run will come around. Second RBI in the game for Luke Storm. It brings in Cole Russo, the first baseman who has 2 home runs. And now Kobe Greiner looks like he'll exit the ball game as Josh Rebant, the manager, is out of the dugout at the mound. And Greiner will come out. So we're going to see the third pitcher of the inning for the Pittsburghers, and we will get that to you when we come back on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Pittsburghers Radio here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runner on first. There are 2 outs and 4 runs already across for the Growlers. Chris Welton, the new pitcher. He comes in after Kyler Carpenter loaded the bases, nobody out. Kobe Greiner came in, got a couple outs, but gave up a walk and another hit. So the third pitcher of the inning for the Pittsburghers as the bullpen, just like it has been all season long in the early going, has really struggled on the mound. As Chris Welton, the new pitcher, he's only pitched one game this year against Battle Creek. He took the loss on May 31st. He didn't record a single out in his relief outing, gave up 1 hit, walked 3, and allowed 2 more runners to reach. Didn't get a single out. He pops one up here to center field. Alec Atkinson made the catch, but ran into Cody Holtink in left. The two collide, but luckily the catch is made by Atkinson. That's a center field ball all day. If he can get there, Atkinson didn't let up. And luckily he held on to end the inning, but 4 runs come across for the Growlers. They lead by a score of 9-3. So we head to the 7th inning here on Pittsburgh's Radio. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Radio. We're in the top of the 7th. 3 innings left to play. Growlers on top big, 9-3. They have a 6-run lead. They scored 3 in the first, 2 in the third, added 4 more in the 6th, a big inning. As the Pittsburghers playing from behind in this one, and they need a huge comeback or they are going to drop their 6th game of the year. Thought they had it figured out yesterday after they lost 5 in a row. They beat Kalamazoo 4-2, but trail 9-3 today as Dane Smith is at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Tyler Johnson in the game. He pitched last inning, went 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts. Smith's looking for his first hit. Top of the order for Traverse City, doing their job. Bottom of the order needs to step it up as the top 4 hitters in the lineup all have a hit, but the bottom 5 are just a combined 1 for 13. As Dane Smith works a walk here. He's on base to start the inning. Cody Holtink singled in the 2nd inning. That was up until now the only base runner in the last 4 to reach in the lineup. In the bottom 5, from Truitt down to Smits, there's been 3 base runners, 2 on a walk and 1 on a hit. So Smits is on for the top of the order, and this is where Traverse City needs to do something, make some noise, and try to mount the comeback. Don't have to get them all at once, but with only 3 innings left, I feel like you got to get a couple runs here to start to chip away. Traficante is 1 for 2 with a single, and he's also walked. That one, a pickoff, gets away from the first baseman, Russo. Smits is going to end up at second base on the throwing error on the pickoff. So with the runner in scoring position, nobody out, you at least have to get that run across. If you leave that run stranded, then it's going to be hard to make the comeback. Pittsburghers have left 5 runners on base. 4 of those in the game have been in scoring position. So they haven't been able to hit with runners at third and second, as the pitcher, Johnson, throws a curveball outside, 1-1. The Growlers getting it done with runners on board. In the first, a home run, brought in 3, and then last inning, a couple RBI singles, as Traficante chases one high above the zone, swings through a fastball, and he's down 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to the Pittsburgh shortstop, with Smits at second. Johnson pitches a curveball. It is flown to left, and very routine out there for Carter Smith for the first out.
Now coming to the plate, the third baseman, number 21.
So to recap real quick, Pittsburgh pitching, they have allowed 6 hits, 8 walks, and a hit by pitch. Way too many free passes, and that is the reason they're losing big by 6, as Jared Miller stands in, the third baseman from Oakland. Miller 2 for 3. First pitch curveball taken for ball 1. Miller doubled down the line his first at-bat. Came around to score on the Smallwood triple. Big swing at the 1-0, and he misses on it, so it's 1-1. Smallwood was at third in the first inning with nobody out, and they couldn't score him. That's just one example of Pittsburgh's being unable to capitalize on runners in scoring position. Miller in the air, fairly deep to right, but Storm will make the catch. Smits will tag from second and will get to third, but with 2 outs, a base hit is what's going to be needed to bring in the run. It's up to Jake Smallwood, the catcher. Pittsburgh's on Saturday against Battle Creek. They had a runner on third base, bases loaded to be exact, in the 9th inning and the 10th inning, less than 2 outs. Couldn't score the runner from third. They left multiple runners on base in the first 4 innings yesterday, as well as the 8th and the 9th. So far today, they've left a runner on third with less than 2 outs, and 2 more runners in scoring position in the second. Just unable to score in great opportunities. They've had many chances so far this season. Runners on base, just they start slumping at the plate. Smallwood takes a strike. It's 2-1. He's 1 for 3 with that 2 RBI triple. Takes one a little outside. The count to 3-1, and a good count here. 3-1 to Smallwood. Curveball. And chopped foul off of him, off himself, and then into fair territory, but hit him first, so it's foul, and the count will go full with 2 away. Down by 6 in the 7th. Traverse City, worst record in the bottom of the Great Lakes East. 3-2. Curveball hit to second. Under the glove of the second baseman, Moore, and it takes an error for Traverse City to get the run in. Well, I'm sure they'll take it, but it's feels a little unearned there. Well, it is unearned, technically, in the book. But Smits got to second base on an error by the pitcher after walking. So a run comes in to score. It's 4-9. Without a hit, the Pittsburghs have a run. Here's Colin Summerhill playing first base in this game. He's a utility player who, so far this season has been at first base, has been in left field and right field. He also does some catching. Hasn't seen any time behind the plate so far this season, but he can if needed. Runner on first with 2 away, trying to cut into the lead. Summerhill takes low, ball 2. So into a hitter's count at 2 balls and no strikes. Summerhill has 1 hit in the game, a solo home run in the 3rd inning. Takes a huge hack at the 2-0. He's late on it and fouls it out of play. 2-1 now. Sitting fastball on 2-0. He got it, and maybe he wasn't ready for it, actually, as he was late. So now it's 2-1. Curveball comes in high, and the count to 3-1. One swing by Summerhill can get a couple runs back and cut the lead. They're trailing by 5 in the 7th. 3-1. Summerhill got a pitch to hit right over the heart of the zone, and he popped it up on the infield. And the second baseman Moore in foul ground will make the catch. So the Pittsburghers get 1 unearned in the 7th, and they trail by 5. Time to stretch, and we'll be back for the bottom half of the inning here on Pittsburghers Radio. Welcome back to Pittsburghers Radio from Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. The Pittsburghers got 1 back in the top half of the inning, unearned, as Dane Smith scored on an error. So they cut the lead from 6 to 5. Still a lot of runs to get back. Here in the bottom half of the inning, Chris Welton, who got the final out of the 6th inning, was the 3rd Pittsburgher pitcher used in the 6th. He returns to the mound to face Brandon Moore, the 2nd baseman, was the only Growler not to step up to the plate in that last inning. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. Looking for his first knock. Hasn't reached base either. He's flown out, popped out, and grounded out, all to the left side of the field, so left side look alive here. 2-1 count from Welton, deals. It is flown to shallow right, and it will drop in for a hit in front of Trey Truitt. Leadoff single for Moore. So because of that single, now every single Growler has been on base today at least one time. 5 players have a hit. 2 of those players have multiple hits. And there are 6 players that have been walked. So the leadoff single brings in Carter Smith. It's the bottom of the order for Kalamazoo. This is where last inning's rally started as Kyler Carpenter failed to throw a strike to the bottom of the order. Traditionally speaking in baseball, the easier outs, 7, 8, 9, and they didn't see a single strike, loaded the bases with no one out for the top of the order. And no strikes thrown yet to the bottom half as Chris Welton starts Smith with 2 balls. 2-0. Quick pick over and back in with the dive safely is Moore. The second baseman on for the first time today on the walk. Carter Smith has a strikeout. He has also walked twice. So he's been aboard 2 times. He has scored 1 run. That was last inning. He tried to bunt one there and fouled it off. It was a 3-man race between Smallwood, Summerhill, and Welton, but neither of them could get there in time as it fell in foul down the first base side. See if Smith is sacrificing again here, or if he will swing away up 5. Doesn't show bunt. Swings and misses at a fastball on the outside part. And Welton has battled back to make the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for the first out. The 2-2 pitch coming from Welton. Hit to second. Smith's a dive, makes the play. Up in time to throw out the runner at first. A nice diving play by Dane Smith gets the first out of the inning. Brandon Moore will advance to second on the ground out, but Smits saved a base hit there. So 1 away after the nice diving play brings in Ganon Andrews, the catcher. He's 0 for 2, and he walked and scored as well in the 6th. That pitch gets through Smallwood. The runner will move up to third. So the pass ball moves more to third. So the infield will come in to try and get the runner at home on a grounder. Andrews has struck out and popped up to the shortstop and then walked last inning. The count is 2-0. Growlers looking to get that run back. Pittsburgh scored in the top half of the inning. Welton deals a 2-0 strike right in the zone. Andrews from Purdue Northwest, from Portage, Michigan, looking for an RBI here. Breaking ball. Andrews checked the swing, but it's a called strike too. So the count has evened up after 2 balls. 2 strikes from Welton makes it 2-2. Runner on third with 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Welton set, 2-2 deals. Andrews floats one to center. Atkinson can't make the catch. It falls in for a hit. His throw to the plate gets through and was close there. If it got to Smallwood, it short hopped him. He couldn't make the play, and it's an RBI base hit. Atkinson did a good job of selling that. He put his glove up in the air as if he was going to catch it. It fell in front of him, and that forced the runner to hold up at third. And then he came around to score. It was a close play. It just short-hopped Smallwood. If the throw would have been on target, it would have been bang-bang. Maybe he would have had him out, but it is a RBI single for Ganon Andrews. So 1 run on the board. They get that run back that Traverse City scored in the top half of the inning. 10-4, they're back up 6. And Connor Schumann is the hitter. Breaking ball is fouled into the bleachers. And the count 0-2. Schumann 1 for 2. He singled in the second, flew out in the fourth, and walked and scored last inning in the sixth.
Nice.
Runner on first, 1 away. Pitch from Welton in the dirt, and it gets through Smallwood.
Wild pitch.
And Andrews will go down to second on the wild pitch. Two and two the count to the Kalamazoo shortstop. Runner on second now, 1 away. Welton deals on 2-2 and misses off the plate, so the count will run full. 3-2, 1 out, 1 man on, 1 man in. Welton set his 3-2 to Schumann. It is fouled off the right side, and we will do it again. Single start of the inning. Dane Smith made a nice diving play, and then Ganon Andrews singled home. Another run. Now Schumann's in a full count against Chris Welton. And Welton misses way outside to the screen, and the runner will go to third. Walking down to first is Schumann. Runners on the corners, 1 out, top of the order, back up for Kalamazoo.
Coming to the plate, the third baseman, number 10,
Ethan Ruiz up. He singled home a run last inning after the bases got loaded. He batted with runners on third and second with nobody out after a wild pitch. Scored 1 run when the bases were loaded. Runner takes off. Throw down to second is going to be in time to get him out. So a caught stealing. Schumann gets thrown out. A nice throw, a 1-hop right on the bag. Smith applied the tag. 2 away. Ruiz 2 for 4 in the game with that RBI hit last inning. Welton misses badly outside and low. Smallwood picked it out of the dirt to prevent another wild pitch. This 2-0 the count. And now 3-0, another terrible miss outside. Pittsburgh pitching has already walked 8 batters, and they hit 1 more. So that right there is 9 free passes. Kalamazoo has 8 hits. That's 17 base runners in the game. They have scored 10 of them. So a 3-0 count as the rain comes down here at Homer Stryker Field. 3-0 pitch from Welton is in the zone for a strike, 3-1. Runner on third, 2 outs in the inning. Top of the order up, Ethan Rees on 3-1. Big swing and a miss, and the count now full at 3-2. In a 6-run game in the 7th. You played 5 innings, so if the game gets called due to rain, then it would just count as a finished game. Chopper to short. Traficante fields. Throws in time to end the inning. So the Pittsbitters give up 1 run, but surrender, hold the runner at third to end the inning. They're down by 6. It is 10-4. We head to the 8th on Pittsbitters Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. Top of the 8th inning. 10-4 ball game. Pittsbitters trail by 6. Third pitcher of the game being used now by the Growlers. They go to the left-hander, a freshman from University of Central Florida, Silas Cox. First pitch, a breaking ball inside. It hit straight through it. And 1 pitch into the 8th inning. Pittsbitters have a base runner. So the Pittsbitters struck first in this one and took an early 2-0 lead. And it has been all Kalamazoo since then. They got 3 in the bottom half on a 3-run shot. Summerhill tied it with a solo homer in the 3rd, but nothing going the rest of the way. Growlers scored 2 more in the 3rd, added 6 in the 4th, and then each team tacked on 1 in the 7th. Gets us at 10-4. Batter Alec Atkinson here. He's 0 for 3 in the game. He had 3 hits yesterday, but the Growler pitchers have kept him off base here in this one. In the home series against Battle Creek, he was 3 for 9 with a pair of RBIs. He's got 6 games in a row with an RBI here. That is looking like it might end here. Takes one on the outside corner, strike 2, 1-2 the count. Silas Cox pitched in one previous game a couple days ago on June 4th. Pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit and a walk, but struck out 2, did not allow a run to score. 1-2, and misses outside, so the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Atkinson entered the game hitting .276, but 0 for 3. That average has dipped down a little now to .250. 2-2 coming. Silas Cox deals well outside, and the count will run full. 3-2 count with no one out, a runner on first. Bottom of the order after Atkinson coming up. Payoff is hit in the air to right. Storm will get over. Storm will make the catch for out number 1. Trying to go the other way with it, but he got under it. Needed to hit that one more on a line to find a hole. Storm puts it away, 1 away now. Lucas White, the designated hitter, in. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Swinging at the first pitch, he fouls a fastball away, left side, out of play into the seats. Cox, some stats from his spring season. He pitched in 13 games for the UCF Knights. Pitched 12 innings and had an 8.25 ERA. That one inside on Lucas White. Hit him on the hand, and down to first base, he will go. Second hit batsman by Silas Cox. Both lefties, too. So usually, lefty-lefty matchup, the pitcher will have the advantage. But Cox just gave the advantage right to the Pittsburghers with 2 hit batsmen. That brings in Cody Holtink. The left fielder is 1 for 3, singled in his first at-bat, but struck out his next 2. Looking for his first multi-hit game as a Pittsburgher. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Holtink, a freshman from Michigan, has an early strikeout problem on the season. He is playing in his 6th game, and he has struck out 10 times. Just 4 hits and 19 at-bats. As he takes strike 1 around the knees, 1-1 at 85 miles per hour. Holtink entered the season, his first 3 games, he was 1 for 11 with 7 strikeouts. Toned it down. He didn't strike out yesterday. First time in his first 5 games he didn't K. As he takes a high strike here to make it 1-2. Got hits in 4 of his 6 games. Has been on base in 4 of his 6. Oh, pardon me, 5 of his 6. Only 1 game he hasn't reached base as he looks at a 1-2 here. Cox fires and will miss outside with a breaking ball. Runners on first and second. Both of them reached on a hit by pitch. In between those hit by pitches, Atkinson flew out to right, so there's 1 away. 2-2 coming. Cody Holtink. And the Golden Knight lefty sails one high above the zone, and the count will run full. So to the left-handers, Cox hit them with a pitch, and to the righties, he has gone full count. He got Atkinson to fly out on the 3-2, and will look to retire Holtink on this 3-2. Runner takes off from second, and Truitt likely would have been in with a stolen base anyway. Will get there safely as Holtink draws the full count walk. So, the pit spitters down by 6, trying to of Dane Smith. Smith has struggled as of late, has gone his last 2 starts without a hit, and didn't get a hit in the one at bat he had a couple nights ago. His last hit came in game 1 of the Rockford series on June 1st. And this a big spot with the bases loaded. He can keep the line moving and try to get his team some runs here as they attempt a large comeback, but it's going to start right here. Let's see if Traverse City can come through with the bases loaded. They have not hit well with the bases loaded this season. Bases loaded, 1 away. Smith's at the plate, and he fouls one off, so he's behind in the count 0-2. The one problem Traverse City keeps having with runners at third base at least is striking out. They've already done that once. Runner at third, no outs in the first. They struck out swinging. They did it twice against Battle Creek on Saturday. Did it yesterday. They had the bases loaded a couple times. And Cox can get a huge strikeout here of Smith's. The 0-2 well high over at eye level of Smith's. Down by 6, Traverse City has the bases loaded. They're trying to cut into the lead and chip away. They're down to their final 5 outs in the game. Smith's hits it to left. Caught out there. Truitt coming home, tagging, and he will score. Well, Kalamazoo's going to peel at third. And they say Trey Truitt left early from third, so no runner will score. Truitt is out. And once again, the Pittsburghers can't cash in with the bases loaded, less than 2 outs. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th here in a 10-4 ball game on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. Bottom of the 8th inning. Traverse City down 10-4. They left them loaded last inning after Trey Truitt left early on the sac fly by Dane Smith. So they had them loaded, less than 2 outs. Once again, couldn't score. Got to be one of the worst teams in the Northwoods League when they have bases loaded, or at least a runner on third with less than 2 outs. Easton Johnson is the new pitcher, the righty from Creighton, who pitched in the game yesterday and failed to record a single out. Although, unlike today with Kyler Carpenter, he only pitched to 2.5 batters. He pitched in the 9th inning, up 4-0. The first batter reached on an error, and then he hit the second batter and went 2-0 to the third batter, and that is when he got pulled and Duncan Lutz came in and shut the door to close out the 4-2 victory. So he's looking for better success in this ball game. Couple defensive changes for Traverse City as they take Jake Smallwood out of the game. They move Colin Summerhill from first to catcher. Cody Holtink goes from left field to play first. And can't quite tell who's out in left field. Or maybe that's Smallwood out there. Not sure, but behind the dish is Summerhill. First pitch swinging to Obi, swing and a miss. Dykstra walked to lead off the inning. And Obi hit by the pitch. So a walk and hit by pitch to start the inning. That is Jake Smallwood out in left, so just a 3-man switcheroo. Summerhill went behind home plate, Smallwood to left, and Holtink to first. Those three just kind of circled around. And Easton Johnson hits Obi, so a walk and then a hit by a pitch. Puts Kalamazoo runners on first and second, nobody out. Just more free passes by Pittsburgh pitching. Brings in Luke Storm, the right fielder, and takes the first pitch ball inside. Storm in the ball game is 1 for 3. He's walked and scored a run and has 2 RBIs. Chance for more out on the base paths. Up 6. Takes a ball outside. Down 6, just need to see strikes. Duo from Johnson is high. It's 3-0. A walk, a hit by pitch, and now 3-0 to Luke Storm. Potentially another walk. And it is, as it's thrown high. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Once again, Growlers could just wander up to home without a bat. And same result, they would have the bases loaded. Cole Russo, the hitter, he's 2 for 4. He homered twice. And if he hits one out here, that'd be the run rule. Big swing and a miss. I actually forget if the Northwoods League has a run rule. So maybe that wouldn't end the game. 10-4, bases loaded, no outs. Big swing by Russo. He is trying to hit a grand slam, but came up empty. 2 straight swing and misses, so Johnson finding the zone to the Kalamazoo first baseman. He has 2 homers and 4 RBIs in the game. A chance for many more here. 0-2. Johnson deals. And Russo takes strike 3 called. Russo strikes out for the second time, and after his blazing start with 2 home runs, he has gone down on strikes twice and flown out. A 2-for-2 start with 4 ribbies and an 0-for-3 finish for Cole Russo. 1 away for Brandon Moore, the second baseman, who was 1-for-4. Leadoff single in the 7th and came around to score. Bases loaded, 1 away now. First pitch to Brandon Moore is in for a strike. Now Easton Johnson finding the zone after walking 2 and hitting 1 batter with a pitch to load the bases with no one out. Gets a strikeout. And first pitch strike to Brandon Moore. He deals. And a breaking ball that started behind Moore and then broke in and hit him on the backside. He will go down to first. A run will score. It's 11-4, Kalamazoo. Carter Smith, the batter. First pitch to him is inside, ball 1. Smith, hitless, 0-for-2. Has reached on a walk and a hit by a pitch, though. Base is still loaded, 1 away. Smith takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. $11-4, the lead for Kalamazoo over Traverse City. Bases loaded so they can add to it. Looking to do so, and if the game isn't already out of reach, they're trying to just make it more unreachable. 2-1 the count to Carter Smith. And now 3-1 is that one outside. Good hitters count for Smith. 3-1. Johnson deals, and Smith will foul it out of play. Full count. Bases loaded. 1 out here in the 8th inning. One run already across for the Growlers, and they're looking for more here in the late part of this game. Another foul ball by Smith, just wasting pitches. Looking for a potential base hit or a sac fly or a walk to bring in another run. Hit to second, could be 2 to end the inning. Smits to Traficante on to first. Summerhill, actually Holtink at first base as they switched. Holtink can't dig it out. Another run scores, although likely would have been safe anyway, the way that Smith was hustling down the line. It's now 12-4 Kalamazoo here in the 8th.
Now coming to the plate, the catcher number 3, Ganon Andrews.
Batter Ganon Andrews, the center fielder, or the catcher rather, pardon me. He's 1-for-3, an RBI single his last at-bat. He also walked and scored in that 4-run 6th. Takes a first pitch, strike in the zone by Easton Johnson. Three balls, 2 strikes. Pardon me, 0-1, and now 0-2. That ball's fouled out of play. Johnson trying to end the inning here. His team down by 8 in the 8th. Needing a miraculous 9th inning comeback, or will fall to 2-6 on the early season. Johnson deals to the Kalamazoo catcher. Andrews to short. Traficante charging Fields. Throws in time to end the inning. Kalamazoo tacks on 2, though, and they increase their lead. They are up 12-4. We go to the 9th. Pittsbitters down big here at Homer Stryker Field on Pittsbitters Radio. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. We're in the 9th inning. The Growlers are on top 12-4. Large lead. Down by 8. Pittsbitters need a miraculous, huge rally, and they'll start it with the top of their order. Traficante pops one up in foul grounds. Not a good start to the frame as the pitcher makes the catch behind the plate. Going all the way from the mound to make that grab. Eamon Orweddle is the new pitcher, a right-hander, a redshirt junior from Ohio University. So Pittsbitters looking at their worst 8-game start in franchise history. They'll drop to 2-6 with this loss. Last year, they were 6-2. So the opposite record. They only had 2 losses through the first 8 last year. They swept their first 4 and then split their next 2 series on the road in Madison and on the road in Kenosha. This season, though, they split the opening series with Battle Creek, then got swept back-to-back series against Rockford and then Battle Creek again. And with a loss here, would split against Kalamazoo. They lost 5 in a row before the win yesterday. First time in franchise history they had lost 5 games in a row. A lot of firsts for this team. Jared Miller, the batter. Miller 2 for 4. takes that one, a called strike 2. So 1-2 the count to Miller, the senior from Oakland. Welton pitching in his second game out of relief for the Growlers. Pitched 4 total innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs. Has struck out 4 of the 19 batters he has faced for a 4.50 ERA. Welton from Ann Arbor, Michigan, has a 2-2 count to Miller here. 1 away in the inning. 2-2 to Miller. Is hit in the air, right side. Might be playable in foul ground. First baseman off the glove of Russo. He ran a long way in foul territory trying to get there, and it went off the tip of his glove. Foul. So Miller, another shot. 2-2, still the count to the senior second baseman. A utility infielder. Has a hit in all 4 games he's played so far for the Pitt Spitters. Looking to add to it here. Takes a pitch high, and the count is full, 3-2. After this, the Pitt Spitters will head home, and they have a day off tomorrow before starting a 6-game homestand. As Miller flies one softly to left. Coming in and making the catch is Carter Smith, and Traverse City down to their final out.
Now to play the catcher, number 14, Jake Small.
The Pitt Spitter schedule from here on out I'll get to in a second. As for the Growlers, they are in Traverse City for the first 2 games of the 6-game homestand. After which, the Pitt Spitters will take on Kokomo for the first time this season. And then 2 games against Rockford, who swept them in Rockford. 6-2 and then 7-2. And then they'll start a 5-day, 6-game road trip. So these next 6 games coming up at home will be big as they try to bounce back from their sluggish start. They can leave the road trip or the homestand 4-2, then they'd be feeling pretty good about themselves. Jake Smallwood, the hitter, takes one outside. It's 3-0 to him. At least 3-3. You know, you split 3 series at home. It's better than a couple sweeps and then a split that they did so on the road. But if you can sweep 1 series and split the other 2 and leave the homestand 4-2, then you're starting to get back on track. They would be 6-8 after that, which is a stark improvement from 2-6, and then they hit the road to take on Kenosha for 4, and then Wausau, the first of their 3 cross-divisional games where the Great Lakes East plays the Great Lakes West. You play 3 teams in the West each year. So last year, the Pitt Spitters played Madison, Fond du Lac, and Wisconsin Rapids. This year, they have Lakeshore, Green Bay, and Wausau. Runner on first is Summerhill. He took a 4-pitch walk. Colin Summerhill, the batter. He is 1 for 4 with a long ball in this ball game. Pops it up to right, should do it. Luke Storm is under it in the rain. He'll make the catch. And the Pitt Spitters will drop game 2 by a final score of 12-4. They split the 2-game set in Kalamazoo. And their offense with 4 runs in each game. They won 4-2 yesterday. They lost 12-4 today. And the bullpen, once again for the Pitt Spitters, for lack of a better word, was just bad in this one. Their starter, Anthony Ramirez, went 5 innings. He gave up 5 runs, so he'll get the loss. He gave up 4 hits and 4 walks, struck out 6, but the rest of their pitching, just way too many free passes. I mean, Kyler Carpenter didn't record a single out in the 6th inning as he walked 2 and hit 1. Kobe Griner gave up a walk in 2/3 of an inning. Chris Welton gave up a walk. Easton Johnson gave up a couple more walks and hit 2 batters. So 3 hit batsmen and 10 walks issued by Traverse City pitching. That's 13 free passes. They gave up 8 hits. That's 21 base runners in the game. They allowed 12 to score. So they dropped the series. They will travel home tonight. They will have the off day tomorrow to unwind and regroup, start 6 games at home, 2 against Kalamazoo, 2 against Kokomo, 2 more against Rockford, and then they'll hit the road for 5 days, 6 games. So they're going to have to break out of this slump at home because then they'll hit the road again, and they have not performed well on the road. They are 2-4 on the road. So this 6-game homestand coming up, a good opportunity for them to figure it out. Well, the Pitts Bitters led early 2-0, but then Kalamazoo took the lead in the bottom of the first with a 3-run homer. Summerhill tied it with a home run of his own in the 3rd inning, but then Kalamazoo led the rest of the way, scoring 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 2 more in the 8th. 12-4 final. Kalamazoo walks away victorious. Dylan Freeman, the winning pitcher. Anthony Ramirez, the losing pitcher. Freeman to 1-0. Ramirez to 0-1. So that will do it here in Kalamazoo. For Pitts Bitter Radio, I'm Stephen Walker, and I'll catch you on the stream, Northwoods League stream, on Wednesday at 11 a.m. as Traverse City takes on Kalamazoo for 2 games.